Well, certainly here in Erbil, which is of course the regional capital, there's been frankly euphoria. I mean, you could barely move for Kurdistan regional flags in the city centre last night. There were fireworks and dancing in the streets. Further afield, though, things are much more complicated, and what we've had from the international community are a series of statements overnight, and in the last couple of hours the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has expressed some concern over what's taken place and said that he regretted that the vote had been declared unilaterally without the consent of the central government in Baghdad, and said that he took particular note at the fact it had happened in disputed areas that are under Peshmerga, Kurdish Peshmerga control, but are disputed by Baghdad. And he pinpointed the fact that the vote had taken place in the city of Kirkuk, which he said and suggested could be potentially destabilizing. Now, that echoes a message that other countries have been saying, notably the US overnight also talked about its concerns about instability and a distraction from the fight against so-called Islamic State. But interestingly, the Americans, who are of course long-time allies of the Kurds, also said that the fact the vote had taken place would not change its historic relationship with them.
Tom, all those Kurds who were celebrating late into the night now, they must now be full of expectation. What is it that they want to happen now?
Well, this is, of course, the interesting point about the political dynamics, because the president of the Kurdistan region, Masoud Barzani, had gone ahead with this vote against much international pressure for him not to do so. So in doing that, he has raised the expectations of his people. I mean, everybody you speak to here talked about this being the fulfillment of a dream of generations, that they were able to have this referendum vote. But of course it is non-binding. And Mr. Barzani has said that he won't suddenly declare independence. There won't be a sudden redrawing of international boundaries unilaterally, but he will proceed through negotiations, through democratic means. I think what it does is give him a greater mandate in what is a complex political, economic and security relationship with the central government in Baghdad and, of course, with neighbouring countries.